rage. Don't waste it on me. Spite. Life's telling you, don't waste it on me. Don't waste it on me. Spite. Life's telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Life's telling you, don't waste it on me. Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out your praise. Your love's a
Right. And then I mean that's my doctor told me like I needed like some kind of cream, right? And I was like,
Right.
I don't want to, you know.
I mean,
You wanted to
do
be-
you feel comfortable, lathering that whole area up? Or,
I mean, it
you know?
itches, but it's like I don't want to like. It's how do you sleep like that? You know, is my whole thing.
Well, I'd recommend it's like you put the cream like on a cloth and then you just wrap your whole
Oh.
area down there
Oh.
in a cloth.
Okay, we're live by the way.
Right.
So hello everyone.
No, it's listen, this is serious. This is
No,
I just
I
want to
know.
talk. Just
We
face
should-
it's just us, and I want.
We shouldn't let this
is-
go.
wait,
Well, I mean, it's technically us and everyone else.
oh,
So we're here. Hello.
oh,
everyone.
did you turn on the thing?
I did. It was
asshole.
tough. I don't
Okay.
want people
Hey.
to wait. It's like
Sorry, I didn't know we were helping yet. Okay.
like, our viewers are so patient. They wait, and it's so good of them to be. So, here we are. Hello everyone. How
Hi.
are you? And it's us, and we're back, and it's that the show we love to call OK Seriously, the place where you ask the questions and we give the answers. So, as always, it's our wonderful guest, Green Pants. Green Pants, a pleasure. Absolute pleasure that you joined us again.
Words do not. I simply don't have the vocabulary to express my joy.
Language is inadequate to convey.
Just hopefully through my body language, you realize how important this is to me.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that. That's great. That's great. So great. So for those not familiar, we're going to answer 5 user submitted questions. So let's get to it. And just to be clear, we are not trained psychiatric or psychological professionals. So do not take the advice we give as medical advice for entertainment purposes only.
This is not intended to prevent or cure any disease.
Or
we have no credentialing whatsoever.
Yes.
But lots of opinions.
Lots.
Let's do this.
Of opinions with some amount of expertise, but again, nothing professional. Oh, here we go. Let us jump.
Well, let's see what we got.
To our first question. So let's see, where are people from today? So our question is from Ernest from Beer Bottle Crossing, Idaho. That's got to be a fun town. All right, Ernest says, I'm 19 and have always been stupid. That's a good lead off, Ernest. Well done. I am constantly afraid of people thinking I am playing dumb when the reality is I am genuinely behind in the head. I always try my hardest to be smart and to understand some stuff, but it goes in one ear and out the other. A while back, I didn't know what grains were, bread, rice, etc., and I felt so fucking stupid when I had it explained. I literally cried after the conversation was over. How can I get smart/knowledgeable? How can I just know things and understand stuff and speak well? My stupidity has been eating me up for almost a decade. Holy sweet fucking Jesus.
Okay, Ernest. You know what I absolutely love about you? Okay, your self-awareness. Like, you might think that you say that you're stupid, but the vast majority of actual stupid people have absolutely no idea that you are stupid, which means we can totally work with this, I think. Because the fact that Ernest is asking for help, I think, says a lot.
Hey, I gotta totally agree with you on the self-awareness thing, Ernest. You are rocking it with regard to that, and
so having the self-awareness
and your
part,
candor. Well done. I know you probably don't know what candor means. Not being
no, but we can tell you. It just honestly, this I think this can really help. I'll give you a big leapfrog. Memorize these key facts. Vaccines do not cause autism.
Or
the
have
Earth
the
is
5
round.
G's in them. The Earth is round.
The Earth is round. 9/11 was not an inside job. Man-made climate change is real. Donald Trump is a racist, sexist, fraud game show host. And the moon landing was not fake.
Petrol assaulter.
And contrails are not chemtrails.
Right.
So those things, if you know those things,
did we cover the Earth is round?
You just leapfrogged over 40% of America, right there. Boom. Wow. That's what we just did for you today, Ernest.
Wow.
Like you said that you're stupid. You're already 40% of the world's already dumber than you, or not the world, at least America.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't give you the world. The world in general. Outside they generally are more information focused than we are here in America. We are not a information focused society. We're not really a fact. Are
we the country that pioneered the phrase "low information voters"?
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah,
the best way to attract them, and
the number of people who don't know how our country works is literally mind-boggling, and it's those guys, like, you remember back in the pre-Jim Crow era, right, when they had poll taxes were a thing, right?
I don't remember being back then, but I have read about it. I remember
it was yesterday.
Yeah.
When poll taxes were a thing,
wow.
right? And one of the Reconstruction Amendments need to literally be, can't charge people to vote, can't do these unreasonable tests to make people vote, right? It was like a whole thing to punish the South for their absurdity with what they were trying to do to black people.
Right.
And yet here we are, me sometimes hoping and praying that we one time have a basic knowledge test as a requirement to vote, because I don't think uneducated people should be voting, because they don't do it right.
It's also we also have an entertainment ecosystem that is an like I mean it is a I mean, it's a complicated machine. You
Oh,
have a subset of people who are essentially reprogrammable meatbags. And you put them in front of Fox News and you regurgitate the same right wing talking points over and over
yeah,
to these idiots
yeah,
that they eventually, if you say something enough, it just becomes fact.
yeah.
And so, uh, I mean, I deal with that all the time. People from the South like just think that people from Massachusetts are crazy, which is fine. I'm,
Right.
uh, but
When we live
yeah,
in one of
and
the
that
richest states in the country and have the highest standard of living, the best healthcare, the best, lowest
right.
unemployment, the
Um,
safest, lowest
uh,
crime.
I
It's
believe
like
my mother refers to us as moon bats. We are moon
I've
bats.
never heard that
Moon
term.
bats. That's just
I
really.
have
Oh yeah.
I'm not familiar with that term, but I think I
Apparently
should be
it's
offended.
it means very crazy. So
Very,
yeah, you should be offended.
I believe I'm offended.
Certainly.
I think I'm
Um,
offended. So yeah, that reminded me of a fun story. It was a cousin, uncle, something. The standard typical posted something on social media. It was basically like a meme, like, "Oh, the dollar's in the crapper. The economy's 10 times worse than it was and under our previous president, and like, unemployment's ridiculous. Everything's horrible. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, I can't let this. I just I know I
you
should,
couldn't let
but
it
I
go,
couldn't.
even though it's all bullshit. Yeah.
Right. So I replied and I said, actually, and I said, unemployment's never been better. The dollar's strong. Stock market's never been higher. Everyone's 4Ks
Right.
are up. All this other stuff. All basically the antithesis of everything, right? And I'm like, look this stuff up. It's not hard. None of this is true. And I'm getting I'm getting like basically dogpiled on right now by that person.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, you're sugarcoating everything. I'm like, no, I'm giving you facts. Just because they don't
Right.
align with your perception of reality doesn't change the fact they're
Right.
facts.
Right. Well, that's
Oh,
what they have said.
makes me nutty.
Facts have a liberal bias.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Like because
And
it's like they're just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate truth. I
right.
mean, a lot. It's like it really is. It's like,
Yeah.
but we don't want it to be that way. Yeah,
Right.
but climate change is happening.
Right.
You guys really, really want to pretend it's not because it's not
Except it
good
is.
for your
Right.
companies. But
And if the news
oh
reports
well.
it, now the liberal mainstream media, right? Because
Right.
they report
Right.
a fact. It's
And
like
so
absurd.
so they have to have another guy
Yeah.
to be like, oh no, climate change isn't real.
Right.
There's a controversy.
And then people
Like,
point
no,
and
there
say, "See,
isn't.
that guy, he knows,"
Yeah.
right?
Right. Exactly. It's
So
just
ridiculous.
it's absolutely insane.
And then the thing this meme ranted on about all these things that were not true is there was a recently, I think the article came out a couple days ago, was basically someone, I think Washington Post or somebody did a study that basically was like that they got some documents from like our intelligence community got some documents from Kremlin sources, and basically the disinformation campaign that Russia's trying to promote, and the things they're trying to promote are literally these things that were in this meme. So I'm like 95% sure
Yeah.
this is a Russian troll generated meme
Exactly.
meant to
And they
just
have
sow
no
doubt
idea.
and make ignorant people think things that are incorrect.
Right.
It's like
And then those people go vote as instructed
vote.
by
by
the system
Russian
that,
memes.
that they're
Right.
in. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like that's
Pretty much.
that's the scary shit.
Yeah. So
And then-
Ernest, but back to Ernest, the fact that you have this awareness of asking for help, you're already above all those people.
Yeah, it's huge. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you don't know, don't have a lot fancy a lot of $10 word vocabulary, but just have it, knowing and wanting to improve. Like, dude, yeah, as I said, leapfrogged over a lot. So at this point, watch a lot of Jeopardy. You can get a lot of facts in that way.
Is it-
Trivial Pursuit.
A thing you could do, you could go into Google and you could type fact space a space day, so fact a day, and it'll give you a random fact. It'll just come up.
Yep.
There you go. Learn something.
And
every
then,
day.
and if you
Wikipedia. has
no,
unlimited
I don't know if you're
sources.
into reading, but as you read, more you read, more your vocabulary will grow, and if you're actually want to understand stuff and speak well, that sort of a thing would
Lifelong
be
education process.
helped.
But you are
through-
young, so there's still hope.
reading.
You're 19. If you
Right.
came to us and said, "I'm
Yeah.
60," and you said this, we'd be like,
Right? Yeah. Sorry, you. Yeah.
"Oh, we got nothing."
Sorry, old man. You're out of luck.
Time to,
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you made it this far. I mean,
Right.
So
So apparently
like,
did
what are
something
you gonna do?
right.
Right.
But you said also here that was interesting was that in one ear out the other, right? That means the thing that you're listening to or being told you don't typically it means you don't care about it, right? So think of things that interest you and learn about those. Then at least you'll feel smart about some manner of topics. You know what I mean? Things that interest you, and then
Right.
that'll give you a degree of confidence that may expand that to other areas, right? But you are very fortunate, and you live in an era where literally the sum of humanity's knowledge is available at your fingertips.
Right.
So it's amazing, really.
And the amount of people who are underachievers is staggering.
Oh, yeah.
So
People who go for that low bar.
Your desire to even to raise the bar at all, is puts you a couple lanes ahead. So I think you can do this, Ernest.
Yeah, absolutely. The very fact that you care
believe
enough
in
to
you.
be concerned about it and ask about it is like,
Huge.
and your stupidity about, well, here's one thing, I'm trying to do some math again. So stupidity eating up for almost a decade and you're 19. So don't beat yourself up from when you were 10. Like everyone, all our viewers,
Right.
stop beating
All
yourself
10-year-olds.
up.
All 10-year-olds are idiots.
Stupid.
That's just how that works. There is. I mean, yeah. I'm sure there's a couple of savants or whatever out there, but
Right. Like violin at 6, Mozart at
my experience
12.
with 10-year-olds are generally it's a lot of fart jokes, and
and watching YouTube for hours on end of nothing significant.
Right.
So yeah,
cut yourself some slack, Ernest.
Seriously,
Okay.
I'd say it's all, but we've gotten multiple questions about with the theme of the I hated myself when I was 12, and it's like everyone, listen to it. Stop. You were a kid. You're supposed to be stupid. You don't know any better.
Right.
Don't beat yourself up over it. Be a good person today. It's like
You got through without murdering anybody, or
Correct.
there's no cold cases attached to you.
correct.
Correct. Relax about the childhood and
Right.
move forward.
So Ernest, choose to be smart today. Right? You can do that. You have the internet at your fingertips. You ask a question, check out Wikipedia. They always give a highlighted article of the day, whatever you want to do. Start learning things. Find things that interest you and then focus on those things and then deep dive into those things because you'll pay attention. Stuff you don't care about, you're not going to pay attention. Like you said, in one ear, out the other, right? So, and then from there,
Exactly.
you'll start gaining confidence and then you'll learn more things. And then you'll be hunger for knowledge. Hungry.
Agree. Notice how his hand, it's evoking
That's the Italian
hunger.
in me. The Italian, the hunger.
Of the action.
You do this, the hunger. That's right.
That's very racist.
I
of
could
you.
I could do a double
I-
too. I could do a twofer. Is it racist? I'm Italian, and it's not racist if I'm doing it. Is it?
I don't know. I was
I don't know how that works
personally very
anymore.
offended.
I don't even know
I
how that
don't,
works
yeah,
anymore.
I'm sorry. You have been canceled.
Are we allowed to do? Are
we have to
still
move on
allowed
to our next question.
Are we
You
allowed
were
to
canceled.
I'm canceled. Are we allowed to do accents from heritages that are part of us, or is that not okay anymore either? I get confused.
I believe that is okay. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. I can still talk about Lucky Charms
Oh,
and
don't you know?
oh, how you doing?
Oh,
Don't you know?
you
Yeah,
stole
that's
stole
totally
the
fine.
Lucky Charms. He
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
they said
Brave
bollocks
new
on
world.
bollocks
Right.
this, bollocks that. All right, there we go.
Question 2.
Question 2.
Moving
We
forward,
moved on.
Vanguard. Let's do this.
I know. We got a lot to
Come
cover.
on, folks.
All right, question 2. Kristen from Screamer, Alabama asks, my dad has an addiction to Coke Zero and pretty much all zero sugar soda. It's to the point that we run through 6 to 9 cases. 6 to 9 cases, 12 cans in a case a month. It's mainly just my dad, and I typically drink no more than 5 cans a week. That's a lot. He wants to lose weight, but I think this might be even more unhealthy. What are some substitutes I can suggest? I'm going to go with water.
Okay. No. What I'm going to go with is, first of all, Christian with Y's as vowels in your name.
Oh, that's fair.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I skipped over that.
I'm sorry. Are you a doctor, Kristen? Are you some kind
No.
of food scientist?
Dude,
how dare you disparage Diet Coke? Perhaps 6 to 9 cases is unhealthy. On whose authority, Kristen? Under what credentialing? I think maybe
Credentialing?
you should shut your hole and let your poor, beleaguered father enjoy the one thing he has in this world, which is his Diet Coke. You ungrateful cretin.
Like 4 cans a day.
It's fine.
All right, and also
Let him enjoy his Diet
The
Coke.
dad's probably one that put the Y's
God.
in her name. The dad's probably one that put the Y's in her name for one thing.
No,
Don't blame her.
There is no way that poor Diet Coke father put those Y's in there. She changed that later to be trendy or some bullshit. This person, you need to slow your roll, Kristen. Your dad seems like a wonderful person. He drinks some Diet Coke. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with Diet Coke.
And I'm gonna have
And
to,
I feel attacked.
right. I'm gonna have to take the contrary opinion on this. Diet Coke is horrible for you. You should not drink it.
Oh my God.
Your substituted beverage should be water. The only thing the cells of your body need to survive is water.
Yeah, all you need to survive. Yes, we should all just have water and nutrient
I
paste.
have some right here.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just rehydrate things, and just as long as we get all our nutrients, we're fine. Yeah. Sucks. No flavor.
It's great. Oh my God, so good.
I mean, I will
So
admit
good.
you need it to survive, but Diet Coke gets a lot of shit for no reason. Like, you want to go.
I think aspartame causes cancer. I mean, it gets a lot of shit for no reason.
Aspartame causes cancer in laboratory rats under ridiculous
High
doses.
Fair.
No, I mean the dosages are, because I actually the aspartame studies. It's like because they for one of the first ones they did it with was like chewing gum, because they were putting aspartame in that as a sweetener, and they had to, the rats, it was after they ate like 1.5 pounds of like the gum. It was like it took that much for the aspartame to have some sort of effect.
Right.
So you have 3 or 4 cans of Diet Coke a day. A lot of people have a case of beer a day. That's not great. So
Definitely not great.
Diet Coke doesn't have the calories. It's better for you than 4 regular sugary Cokes.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, one normal Coke is that's like all the sugar that you should eat an entire day, right?
No, not quite, but
Pretty
no,
much, very close.
a soda's like about 140 to 160 calories. So
Yeah, but
if
it's almost 40 grams of sugar though. It's almost like your daily sugar for the day.
so Diet
One
Coke
can of
is
soda.
essentially water. You got some caffeine and a little flavoring, and
And a
sure, you
fake
got a little
sweetener.
aspartame.
Right.
Your dad is trying to take care of his health. Back the fuck off.
You got to cure him from it. It's an addiction. Here's my.
Yep.
I have a strong take on this. It's an addiction. The addiction.
How dare
towards
you.
sweet tasting things is an addiction. You got to kick it.
And he's substituted it with Diet Coke, so he's not like
still
eating
not
10
losing
pounds
weight.
of chocolate.
He's not losing weight still. He's still
No,
big.
that none of that is in evidence in the question. She's just saying he's addicted to it
He
because
said he's
Kristen is apparently some sort of a food scientist genius person who understands everything there is to know about Diet Coke and can read into the future and knows how it's affecting the health of her father, which she doesn't.
Big. Feel very strongly about
Attacked.
this. You feel attacked.
Yes.
No
There's
one.
so many worse things out there.
Agreed.
Diet Coke, really? We're gonna say the man's addicted
No
to
one.
Diet Coke?
Yes,
Really?
No one should be drinking soda. Not good for you. It serves no nutritional
It's
purpose.
diet soda. Oh my!
People who
You
eat
do
diet
realize
soda,
there is a
they still
fentanyl
get-
crisis
they still
in
get
this country.
diabetic. Oh, well, you shouldn't do that either. But you should get.
Wait.
But you should.
Ozempic, weight loss drugs, all this stuff.
Sure.
Really? You're gonna go after Diet Coke?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, you're almost better off
Between
with the regular
alcohol.
Coke
I hate this
because
conversation.
at least
right
it's
now.
natural.
I hate you right now.
Okay.
I cannot believe you're doing this to me right now. How dare you talk about Diet Coke this way? This is an all or nothing. This is ridiculous. I mean, I agree that no one should drink antifreeze. On that,
Correct.
right?
Yes, also
But,
bad for you, right? It's like-
but
it's
there's
like
so
Diet
many
Coke.
things in between that and water.
Okay, sure, but I mean, it still gives you people who drink only Diet Coke still have rampant diabetes, right? Still for reasons they don't quite understand. You know what I mean? It's
No, it's because a lot of the people who drink diet soda
have other bad eating habits. and
have
also
other
obese.
right. Yeah, and are trying to use the substitute, but the aspartame does not cause obesity or is not even related.
Hold on,
Get off of Google.
I'm checking right now.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna do your research, like what, right now?
No, I'm just checking what I
Just if it
forgot what
comes
the name
up.
of it is. I can't find it.
Okay.
There's flavored waters that you can get too if you must have
I
flavor.
there are absolutely many substitutes, but they all suck. And let your father have his Diet Coke. That's that's just objectively right. Next
There you
question.
go. All right, that's fine. I'll
Thank you.
say my parting thoughts on this. So I do feel strongly that no one should drink soda. And I would say that if you are anyone who's trying to lose weight, if the first thing you do is stop every beverage you're drinking and replace it with water, you will immediately start losing weight. And there may be more you have to do beyond that, but that is the huge first step that I have discovered
Did you know
many
that
times
if
over.
you want to lose weight and you replace every single drink that you have with Diet Coke, you will also lose weight?
I don't think that's true.
That is true because it has no calories. And so, if nothing else
Neither does water.
changes, right? So I'm saying all you'd be doing is adding some caffeine to that. But your statement is true with the Diet Coke. Case
All right,
rested.
that's fine.
Good day.
So,
I
so
said good day.
I said good day, sir. I said good day. So
I said good day.
just to summarize, your recommendation is leave the guy alone. Let him drink his Diet Coke.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I say water. Gonna show
Right.
one more time.
Ask him.
Drink this.
Yeah, that's a substitute. You can ask your dad, you want water? He'll tell you, fuck off. You should fuck off.
He probably will because he's addicted to
Yeah.
sweet.
Because again, because he's a man and he's an old dude
Man.
who deserves a thing. I'm saying
Old-
he's a guy. He's a person who deserves. Let the person have their small
I concur.
vice.
I was gonna
If you
say.
want to call it a
I,
vice,
I concur.
fine.
In the grand world of vices, this is not the worst one in the universe. So, I'll concur with that.
Not a vice. Moving on.
Are you better off with gum? I keep getting fixated on this. Are you better off with like a sweet gum than like if it's just a need for sweet? You know what I mean? Are you better off just constantly chewing gum than you are drinking sweet soda?
I guess it. I guess it was. I don't really know. Depending on how much of the
The gum.
how much you ingest or how much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. I will look that
Um,
up, Kristen. I don't know if it would be worth it to look into a sweetened gum and keep him out of the soda for a little bit.
It's all,
That
but
just
the,
occurred to
the other
me.
thing with the Diet Coke is also the caffeine. I mean, that's one of the main reasons
Oh,
because
right.
it has no calories and it has caffeine.
Maybe keeping him
unlike-
awake.
You just have to take this as a negative every single time. Just,
It's the only way the dude's staying
Dare you.
conscious.
oh my god, this is a perfectly normal man. Let him have his Diet Coke.
Question
The fuck?
3.
God,
Question 3. What's the best advice for someone that has a learner's permit but no one to teach me driving? This is based on driving. Are there such things as driving teachers, like outside driver's ed? As most driver's ed where I live at only says they'll teach you for 8 hours, and I feel like I need more before I'm completely ready to do things on my own. I got the learner's permit from the 8 hours of lessons, but shouldn't I get more practice? Elaine from Love Ladies, New Jersey.
ooh, New Jersey.
A New Jersey writer,
Uh,
thank you.
Yeah. So, Elaine, there are driving instructors. There are driving schools. There are a lot of people do not learn to drive until they are older, especially people who grow up like in a city. A lot of times there's no need to have a driver's license, so you don't even get one. The trouble that I see here, though, is that you live in New Jersey, so I have no idea how any of that shit works there.
You
But
chill the fuck out
Vanguard.
right there.
Vanguard is our resident Jerseyologist who can
Yes.
hopefully get through all of the hair gel and gym tan laundry bullshit
Yes.
and tell you
Oh,
about what
my.
they. So what what do they have in terms of
I took
do you have to go to a
driver's ed.
Guido driving school or is it? I mean, does it
Okay,
have to be with the mob?
okay,
I
okay.
don't.
Honestly,
I just want to understand.
I don't want to conforming to stereotypes, but yes, they're mostly Guido driving schools, which is fine. You still learn how to drive.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And the one I went
Okay.
to was a very long time ago, granted, but it was excellent. It was many hours of instruction. They put
Did you learn how to drive a getaway car?
Yeah. You talking to me?
that- yeah?
No.
Did you learn how to lose a tail? Yeah. Sure you did.
Pulling to the lot and ducks out the fuzz onto you. So,
Was your driver's instructor's name Big Pussy? Because if it was,
his name was,
of
actually name is Big Ed, I think.
course it was,
Yeah.
and it was.
And he was hysterical. He somebody cut me off and he was very
While
calm.
you were in driving school,
While I'm
like
driving
while
the
you
car-
were
I'm
driving the car.
car.
Okay.
And someone cut me off, and he's like, "Roll down the window, please." Roll down the window, and he screams at the top of his lungs, "You fucking C word," right? And he says, "Okay." And he
That
went,
is so Jersey.
right. And he said, "Okay, you can roll it up," and I rolled it back. It's like, what just happened?
That everything I thought about New Jersey driving schools, you
There it is.
just validated. Wow.
Yep.
That is so. Yeah, Elaine. Yes, they have driving schools, but expect some. We'll just call them ebullient, lively, jocular instructors who sometimes use salty language.
Yes,
You
salty
know?
language is a natural part of the driving experience, especially
Yeah,
in New Jersey.
it is, especially
So-
in New Jersey.
Right.
I mean, because you've got to drive with both fingers up in the air and
you're
holding the
driving with
thing.
your knees.
Like, I don't
You
even know
steer-
how you even do that.
you
You're
steer with your
shouting
knee.
out the window.
Yeah.
You're reaching for your gun. It's
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
just it's a lot.
It was worse before the automatic windows. You had to crank down the window with one hand
Right.
while you were
right.
engaging in this operation. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Elaine,
Like a cigarette.
you
Yeah.
said, let's see, permit, just got no one teach me, driver's ed, right? So if you're in driver's ed, that must mean you're in high school, I'm guessing. So hopefully
That's
your
right.
parents will take you driving, and what you do is you add it in wherever. Oh, mom, you're going to the grocery store. Can I drive? You drive. Mom sits in the passenger seat. He hopefully gives you meaningful instruction as you're driving. Take her to the grocery store. Take her home. Stuff like that, right? And then as you do that, you get more and more confident. So it's a matter of confidence.
Even if you don't get any meaningful instruction, just having the practice is good.
Yeah.
So regardless,
sure. Any
so
kind of practice.
the driver's ed, they driver's ed generally is an 8-hour program at which the end of it you can get a learner's permit depending on your state, which it sounds like Elaine has, and then now it's like, okay, I need to go for my actual driver's license. I need more. So yeah, that's when you would go to an outside driving instructor,
Right.
of which there are many fine Italian men who will scream "fucking cunt" out the window
That's
for you.
fair. Oh, you said
Yeah.
the word. Oh.
Listen,
So,
I think we should take that word back.
we should take it. We're
I,
taking
I'm,
it
no,
back.
I'm talking about it in a British way
I see.
because in Britain it's fine. It's just a normal
there's a
standard
lot of
word.
things
I
that
watch
are fine
I watch a
and
lot
not
of
fine,
British TV,
No, BBC, I know
and-
that.
so don't be a cunt about it.
So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like my driver's experience. So you have a lot of people that say, "Oh yeah, but my cousin or dad let me drive when I was 14, just to play around or whatever." Right, that I never had any
Right.
of that. So I was literally just got my permit, only written test.
Well, I didn't have that
right?
either.
Right. So I never had any experience behind a wheel of anything before. I knew the fundamentals, of
Oh.
course, right?
Not even like a go-kart.
No,
Good.
not really.
Wow.
So,
okay.
so I did the
Bicycle?
I understood the bicycle, yes, of course. So, but
Okay.
I understood the fundamentals. I didn't know anything else. And when Big Ed came and picked me up, and this driving school was popular because they all use Corvettes.
Oh my God! This cannot be.
It's a real thing.
So everything about Jersey is true.
yeah,
wow.
it is.
Okay.
I know.
Wow.
If it's
I feel
stereotyped long
no.
enough, it's actually
It feels
true.
good.
Yeah.
It's
liberating,
good
right?
to know the
this.
truth.
It's liberating.
Corvettes.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
That was
But
their
they
shtick.
use Corvettes as. But that's
They weren't
those
new off the
cars are
line
like
Corvettes. They were like,
Who
but still,
cares?
I know.
It's a car that's still very easy to damage because it's
Yes.
low to the ground
Yeah,
and
expensive.
ridiculously expensive.
So I get in this
Were they
thing.
stick shift?
No.
So it was an automatic Corvette?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a shitty Corvette.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they were Corvettes with automatic. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. That just screams Jersey.
the
An
thing was,
automatic Corvette.
so-
Yikes. Okay.
Big Ed knocked on my door, and I went out, and he's like, "Okay, let's go." So he walks up to the car. They left running, so I'm like, "All right, fine, whatever." And he says, "Get in." He makes me get in the driver's seat, and I went to him. And I said, "I've never driven even fake driven a vehicle before." And he's like, "Yeah, you'll be fine." He's like, "Okay, reverse, check the mirror," and he walked me through each step, and off we went onto the road. And with
And were
no
you
experience
okay?
whatsoever. Yeah, everything went fine. Except I got cut off
Yeah.
by that C word woman.
Right.
So, but that's the thing. You just gotta, Elaine. I'm just saying, you gotta jump in the pool. Right? You gotta get out there, drive, get the experience, and you feel more confident as you do it. So,
I'm just amazed that your driving instructor was a Guido named Big Ed
Big
who
Ed.
showed up in a Corvette
Yeah.
to take you on your very first experience operating a motor vehicle,
There you
during
go.
which you got to hear him call someone a fucking cunt.
Yes. Yes.
That is a New Jersey
That's
driving
my
story.
driving
That's
experience.
that's a
Elaine,
there's a chef's kiss on that one.
Elaine, I only hope you could have a wonderful same experience like I did.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. There's nothing more. I don't think we can even do with that one. That's yeah.
So, I mean, you're asking about practice. So again, I think the biggest thing is it's like drive your parents everywhere. So wherever your parents are going somewhere, go with them and drive. That's the easiest way. So,
If you can get them to let you do that.
I mean,
Sometimes
hopefully.
some parents, it sounds like, if that Elaine may not have, people who are offering to let her use their car and get that experience. So,
Well,
I mean, it sounds like you didn't. Why did you not ever like before Big Ed came to your house? Did your mom or dad ever
it's a good question.
say, let's go to a
was-
parking lot and drive around the
Yeah.
parking lot?
It was probably a matter of days after I got my permit, so I think it was just an opportunity thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and my mom pre-booked the driving school. You know what I mean? So it was like, all just
Oh, okay.
just do that. So I'm like, all right. So, but it was good. It was a good.
I was picturing you as this poor little street urchin who had to, bootstrap himself up into driving
Right.
school with no help from, his any outside resources.
Few
and parents.
things. One of the few things my parents got me was those driving lessons. But my mother was very big on being safe, and also the thing is, like at the time we were buying, did not have a lot of funding, so the family cars were all old hand-me-downs from 30 years before, and 30 years before, when you're in the 80s, is stuff from the late 50s and early 60s.
Right.
So no power steering, right? Big boats with these gargantuan wheels and stuff like that. Probably
Right.
not the best first cars to
Right.
try to
Yeah.
learn on too.
Hard to especially as other vehicles are getting smaller, then you just have this giant boat,
Right.
And
that you're just
the mayor great and all that. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there you are. So Elaine, hopefully that works. Look for every opportunity you can to drive somebody somewhere, and good luck and get more confidence.
yeah,
You'll be fine.
And-
There's tons of student
yeah.
drivers out there that have the same amount of experience. They do fine. So
and hopefully get a job and get out of Jersey.
Corvette.
Nope.
There you go.
Never, but definitely get out of Jersey.
All right, so here we go. Moving on. So our next question is from Nick from Bald Head, Maine. Nick asks, how do I know if a girl likes me? My crush transferred to my school about 3 months ago, and we immediately hit it off. We hang out after school often, but it's never just us. It's always with her friends. She's used to warm weather, so when she moved here, it was cold for her. She always refused to borrow anyone's jacket until me. I'm the only one she allows to do it. Do it, I guess he means give her his coat.
I think.
Do you
puts
think
the,
she-
let her wear his jacket?
Yes,
is what he's
I
saying,
believe that's what he's saying.
Yes.
Do you think she likes me, or am I just delusional? So we're dealing with a young
oh.
person here.
Yeah, Nick. She allowed you to put your jacket on her. That is awesome, dude. I gotta tell you, she loves you. It's absolutely no. Actually, all this is meaningless. You're a child. Okay. This is all meaningless.
Wait, buddy, go
Okay.
back. Go back. No, he just wants to know if she likes him. Not
Yes,
like we're not
I
talking
would say
marriage or anything,
absolutely.
right?
No,
Yes,
no, she does
agreed,
like
she
you.
likes you. Yes.
She likes you because if while allowing someone to, I mean, I say this girl sounds like she has mad skills. Like she's got the guys wrapped around her that they're fighting for the chance to let her wear their warm clothing.
Yes.
Like take it off of themselves to warm her, and she is selecting the person who will make that sacrifice
Correct.
for
This
her.
is very reminiscent of our tribal phase back in
Right.
when we lived in caves and such. This was very
So
very clear sign.
so Nick, this sounds like a clever one. So I don't know.
yeah, for sure,
It's-
for sure.
So
She likes you. If a girl does something like that, it means she likes you. If she takes your coat and just wears it
Yeah.
on her own, she likes you. Yes, that's a sign. At your age, that's a sign.
right, and if she, I mean, and also, dude, she just moved to Bald Head, Maine. Okay, from somewhere you said is warmer. Like,
But like how?
so
But I don't get. He's saying they hang with her friends. How are her friends there if she just moved there? I don't even get.
That's right.
I don't
People
even
that
get
she
the
hooked up.
story.
It's probably like she's new at the school, then she has her little group of friends, and so anytime he's able to like be with her, she's just within that same
All
group.
right, I guess.
But
But it seems like a bunch of her friends includes dudes because she doesn't want their jackets, but she still wants to hang around them.
listen,
I don't know
I
what's
don't
going
want to
on.
cast aspersions about. Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know I just question this girl's motivations.
You
That was it.
using the information that we have,
Yes.
I would say that yes, this girl likes you. That's great. Have fun. Completely meaningless. Awesome.
Child.
Child, it's all silly.
Yeah. No, she likes you.
Yeah, and you're in Baldhead, Maine, man. So go for whatever. If you can, if you're able to find a female who would like to be with you, let you wear her jacket or wear your jacket, whatever it is, just nothing else going on in Maine. Just drinking Moxie and
People. The gang scene.
letting people wear your jacket.
This surprised me actually. The gang scene in Maine is much more than you would think it is.
The gang scene.
Yeah, it's a lot of gangs in Maine. Like I don't know what they do.
Where? In what population center?
Right. I don't know if they just kick over lobster traps or something. I have no idea, but it's like a lot of gangs in Maine.
How do you have a gang without? I mean, these must be some small, very
don't
specialized
gangs
gangs.
Right.
Right, with very specific, like I think, like a
Agendas,
farm
yeah.
or something. Like, yeah, that's in.
Yep. A lot of Maine
Yeah,
gangs.
because Maine is the highest amount of like forested area or whatever
Right.
of completely like
Right.
unpopulated land in the United States.
Right. So if you're a gang, you just go
So it's like
to any
so
depopulated
much
land
of
and be
Maine
there,
is
and that's your
just-
turf.
It's just forest.
Right.
Yeah. So
Nothing to graffiti on even.
Bang-
right? It's how
Bangor,
you-
I think, has like down the streets of Bangor, they got
Bangor's that happen
No.
in place.
like they have the syrups and the lobsters or the pancake, the crabs and the lobsters are like doing their dance.
Oh, don't you know?
Yeah. I can totally see that.
Yep, absolutely. So, but I don't want to overlook what. So I think he's also asking kind of well, I know he's asking about the specific girl, but the first part of the question is how do I know if a girl likes me? I think it varies based on your age group. Something like the jacket, that's a younger person thing. As you get older, signs may be a little more subtle, difficult to fathom at points. If a girl kisses you, she probably likes you. Any age, right?
Probably.
Fair to say.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, no, I would. If
Come home, she's laying naked in your bed. Probably a clear sign.
Yeah, she goes down on you in a theater, like Alanis Morissette.
Right.
But then she might not necessarily like you later, because in that song it sounds like
It ended.
that
poorly.
did not work out well for Alanis and the gentleman in the theater.
Who I believe she accosted at dinner with his next girlfriend or something like that happened. Or something strange.
Yeah, I am unaware of the longer story, but yeah. So I'm glad that you have a girl that likes you, Nick. Enjoy it. Stay away from those old head Maine gangs
Yes.
that are
Yes.
apparently all over.
And ask this
Maine.
girl out on a nice little date to the movies. Be wonderful.
Yeah.
Say, hey, just you and me movies. And oh yeah, that's great. If
Hopefully
she
you don't get
wants to
truck
go,
jacked.
if she insists she wants to go with the friends, then maybe she's sticking you around. Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at this point, question is, does she like him? Yeah. So you can go in this direction and, have fun. As I said, you're a child. This is all meaningless.
This is all nothing matters.
Nothing matters. I mean, in the large scheme of things, not what really matters. I mean, we're all
Well,
just,
right. I mean, if you
infinite
zoom
pieces
out
of
far
dust in an
enough,
infinite void of
Or
universe
just
that's,
little mud bits
yeah.
on a
yes,
the infinite
we're all
void.
made of we are made of stardust, and ultimately, our existences amount to nothing.
like attached to a ball of mud hurling through the unending cosmos.
No one's watching. No one cares. All for nothing.
On to more pleasant topics. Actually, I just thought she's probably doing things with the friends because it's a security blanket for her. She's unsure. He likes her.
Oh, absolutely.
Possibility, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so she's got her like little posse around. You know,
Exactly. Safe.
guys sometimes do the same thing. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Good luck, Nick. We wish you the best. So, our last question is, why is it so hard for me to stick to one thing? I want to go back to playing the violin since I haven't played it since I was in elementary school. The only thing I'm scared I'm going to buy the violin just for me and then leave it in the case for years and years, building up dust. Every time I try to do the things I end up doing for a little bit and then leaving it alone, even though it's something I really want to do. Why? Asks Casper from Smackover, Arkansas. I've not talked to a Casper in a long time.
Yeah, I think for Casper, I think maybe you're aiming too high.
Violin is too high.
Well, okay. A decent violin is like $1,000, and if you want to become good at violin, that's something that you need to practice like 3-4 hours a day.
Sure.
That's kind of a if you have a hard time sticking to something, starting a hobby like violin, I think, is a reach.
Yeah.
So because what'll end up is, you know, he'll just end up, you know, driving away everybody but stray cats, you know, with the violin.
But he used to play. Maybe he's pretty good.
It sounds like it's been a long time.
That's true.
Regardless, if your fear is that you can't, you know, that what's going to happen with the violin, then for now, get the violin, aim lower. Just start with a commitment. Like, start with a commitment to do a simple thing that betters yourself every day. And even if it's like a 3-minute thing, and just do that every day. And after a while, you know, so start with something. May I suggest masturbation? Masturbation. Do that every day.
But what's
yourself?
But what's the goal? Is it to shortest
self-care and self-love?
No. But
what are you talking about?
What's your improvement metric? Is what I'm asking. Shortest time to completion?
No, I'm just. It's just a mindfulness kind of thing. It's a way to relax your body. It's just an example.
To be with oneself in a literal sense.
You know, something else is, you know, take, you know, 5 minutes to sit alone, you know, with your thoughts that are not while you're masturbating. You know, keep that as a separate thing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way that you can, you know, stick to something. Is you start with something that you can kind of get into a groove in doing, and then you can look back and be like, hey, actually, I can stick to that, and then maybe I'll try something a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah.
Such as violin.
Right.
Or,
I don't know.
sousaphone.
I'm not that anti-violin. I think you can find a cheap violin, right? What's reasonably cheap violin?
You can. You can absolutely buy a cheap violin, but any violinist will tell you that it's worse than having no violin at all. That learning on a cheap violin is really bad.
Okay.
No, it's just that it's so different. Like like if you want to learn violin, you have to get a quality violin, even if it's like obviously rented or used. Do that. Don't go to Guitar Center and get yourself a $400 violin because
that's exactly what I was going to recommend. But you're saying no. Okay.
Yeah. No. Every music teacher would be say absolutely do not do that. Like
fiddle.
No, like a violin, different, but
right.
You know, I personally like an electric blue fiddle, like the Dixie Chicks have.
I am into the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah. Are they just the Chicks now?
Are they all straight? I think they are, right?
I have no idea. I just like the music.
I mean, I do, but
no, I have no idea.
I find them attractive as well.
I honestly have not seen the Dixie Chicks in probably 15 years. I don't know what they're doing.
I may have changed.
I believe there's a Natalie Maines is one of the
aforementioned
very chicks.
Woman.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Speaking of hot musicians, I can't.
And also, they said that George Bush was an idiot, which was he wasn't our president, which was great. Like it was
true. Oh, Super J tells us that Natalie Maines is indeed the hot one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a hot one. There's not like it's not like there really is.
Last time I saw them, they were all attractive, but I think Natalie Maines is by far attractive,
right.
Which is great. That reminded me. Have you seen? Remember Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles?
Yeah.
Have you seen her recently?
I was about to just say the Bangles. No, I haven't seen her recently.
She's still so hot. It's like unbelievable how good she looked for her age.
Yeah.
Like,
The Bengals have a between Stacey Hoff and then
Susanna Hoff.
Susanna Hoff, and then that was the bassist was in the movie Clue. She was the singing telegram.
Yes, I think that's right.
Like I am your singing telegram. That was and so and you know
Also
she was hot too.
Attractive, yes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I had a total like when I was I absolutely loved her because she was the girl the woman both from Clue
I
and
see.
from the Walk Like an Egyptian song,
See.
like the music video.
That's great.
And so I think that was about 9, 10 when that came out. So
So
yeah,
if we were to,
all about it.
so we could date members of the Bengals and not have a conflict as to which one we were more.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
I hate because
Yeah, I'm glad we wouldn't have had that fight
Yeah.
if that had been a thing that happened.
We would have wound up rock paper scissoring or something ridiculous.
Right? Yeah, because that's how relationships work and how men and women operate.
Or like if there's a girl, or if there's
Play
a
rock paper scissors for each other.
yes, or if there's a girl you like and maybe you also think her roommate's hot, you call the apartment and see which one picks up, and that's the one you'd ask out on a date.
All right. Yeah, maybe we should just stop talking and get back to what Casper
Oh yeah, Casper.
saying.
Oh, Casper.
You know,
I have a theory with Casper. So Casper, you're full of self doubt because you're afraid of failure. That's your problem. So you have to Green Pants.
face fear. Everybody has fear. Everybody's at their end. You're afraid of failure.
Failure keeps us alive. That's true.
It's one of
to some
our
extent.
base fears: failure, abandonment.
Amygdala. Yes.
Yep. It's all just in the lizard brain.
Yes.
So
So
it's what keeps us alive.
I thought Green Pants' idea was pretty good. It's like find a thing that you think is pretty achievable, and then do it a little bit, then a little bit,
Masturbation.
a little bit. I would
Yeah.
not pick master. I would pick a legitimate skill that you could share with someone, maybe,
And
or talk about in just a mixed setting.
I said a commitment to do something to better yourself on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Giving yourself an orgasm each day is self-love and self-care.
Yes. But you can't go to your mixed gender group of friends and say, "Hey, I am a boss at masturbating now, and I just wanted to share that with you guys." That is not.
And that's not something you would do. I'm just saying, as a
Not
starting
something you
thing,
would
then
do.
move on to the violin, then share that with your coworkers.
I see.
Don't make this weird. You're making this weird. I think you're making this
I
weird. I
don't
don't know why
make
you're
it
making it
weird.
weird. Yeah, you're making it weird.
My
Yeah,
bad.
it wasn't weird until you made it weird. So
My bad.
yeah, that's fine. No, you're not forgiven.
Yes. Yeah. So pick a thing, go with it. I would buy the I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you about the crappy violin thing. I think you could learn to play a violin on a crappy violin, and you would be fine.
I as a person who's not a violin player, I can't speak with authority, but
Yeah.
having known several violin players,
Yes.
that was something that was very
Did you?
it heavily impressed upon me was that
Sure.
here's something that people don't realize about violins.
I see.
Never,
I see.
ever like as they
These
said,
were-
like not worth the strings, not
Right.
worth the plastic it's made out
But
of.
these were adult violin people, right?
Yes,
recall.
these were people
Right.
at this
But
was
that-
actually
I
at,
mean,
a,
if-
at a music school.
Right. But if you're playing and if you're an adult like that, it means you're hardcore, right? So of course you're going to be a little elitist and snooty about it, right? Like, oh, you don't touch those things.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Kind of
well,
thing.
the point was actually like the acoustic of it. If it's not
Sure.
built to a certain status, the resin that you actually
Yeah.
play worse when you actually have a quality violin.
All right.
So
I think
don't.
that's-
It's not like being snooty, but go rent one
Yeah, maybe.
instead of
Maybe
don't
that's
go
the
buy
path.
an instrument.
Actually,
A lot of people are like, oh,
if you rent, you'd be more obligated to practice too, right? Because you're paying for the time you're using it. So
Right.
that might be a good path.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't stick with it, then you can return it, and you're not out.
Right.
Uh,
I'm just saying, if you want to do "Mary Had a Little Lamb," I think a $400 violin would accommodate that. For example.
yes, you could play that song on that violin, but
Yes.
if you are going to be a long term, if you're going to pick up
course.
the violin,
Mhm.
don't fuck with cheap violins. Come on, I don't know. This
I
is
hear
not
ya.
controversial.
I hear ya. I brought my
You know?
well, and I do agree. Guitar Center is not the place for violins, but they do have very good guitars. I bought my Guitar Center. Oh, my guitar.
The yes, I am not surprised that Guitar Center is a very good place to buy guitars.
Yes, as it should be.
Right in the name.
Right there.
But
Drums
yeah.
too. They got very good drums actually.
Okay. If Casper is interested in the drums, or if I'm is a guitar center near him,
There you go.
you know, just specifically with the violin, don't buy a shitty one. Probably the same recommendation for a viola,
Yola
as
agrees.
well as the
Cello.
aforementioned fiddle.
The contrabassoon. Bass.
Are we just naming instruments
Upright
now?
bass.
Yep, that's an instrument too. Yeah. French horn, instrument,
horn.
clarinet,
Sousaphone,
Piccolo-
as you mentioned. The tuba.
piccolo,
The oboe.
timpani.
The bassoon and the contrabassoon.
Right.
Timpani.
You gotta have both. You know, they gotta balance each other out. Obviously,
Full
with
orchestra.
your
Did you mention
know,
piccolo? You did good. And this
when
is, of
you're-
course, the
yeah.
saxophone family: the tenor, the alto, and the soprano saxophone.
absolutely.
The bass saxophone as well. Very rare.
Which one's
but they exist.
what's the Kenny G one?
Kenny G does soprano sax.
Yeah,
Great one.
right. It's the one that's really really shitty. That kind of saxophone. Saxophone that like makes you
Kenny
want to
G
kill
can't
yourself.
get a break, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. He's the poor guy.
Well, that's only because he's horrible, and
Yeah.
he makes babies cry with his horrible screeching sound of garbage.
Yes. No, I'm not a huge fan either. However,
Yeah, no, not it. Yeah, there are sanctions against the man. It's the soprano
Sanctions.
saxophone is a torture device. That is not. Yeah, you should use it out.
There was- I don't know
it's
if
like Guantanamo.
I don't know Guantanamo.
Not be surprised.
I don't know if you remember In Excess, the band In Excess, Michael Hutchins, right from the '80s.
Oh yeah,
They did the song "Need You Tonight," and at the end of it, there's a soprano sax solo, and it's quite nice actually. You can play the music video and everything. Good use.
okay.
of
I'm
that
glad that's a
instrument.
good. I'm glad that's a good memory for you. But I'm
It
still
is a very
sticking by
positive memory.
the fact that Kenny G sucks, and the soprano saxophone is a very annoying instrument.
Fair.
I would rather give a 4-year-old bagpipes than listen to Kenny G. Okay,
That's
So,
funny.
I
So
That's the line.
yeah, so Casper, to summarize, pick a skill that moves you and that interests you and that you'll stick with, and just start doing a little bit every day and commit to it. You have to commit, dude, because you're gonna quit and you're gonna get lazy. You're gonna drop it like you have everything else. Stick to it, and once you see progress, you will get hooked and it will become part of your habit.
Right. Right.
There you go. All right, Casper.
I'm just saying, you start small and you just keep keep going, and then ultimately you'll get to something meaningful.
What's next? Oh, dude, speed round.
Oh, yeah, we did 5. Okay,
5
yeah.
questions are up. It's time, and it is your turn.
Alright.
You are up. So let's get our
Alright.
timer up here. Why does my timer
Alright.
say 14? Oh, I think because last week we left it with 14 seconds left. So let's reset that.
Oh wow, that was you. So you had 14 seconds left over.
yeah,
Wow.
I was a
You-
freaking
you
boss.
crushed
man.
it last week.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Whoops. I can't do that. Minute. Okay, there we go. So, for those of you who are not familiar with the speed round, we're going to do 5 rapid fire questions to Green Pants here. He's going to answer them within 60 seconds, and I will start the timer as soon as I finish reading the first question. Green Pants, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. If you could eliminate one food so that no one could eat it ever again, what would you destroy?
Fucking orange circus peanuts.
Correct.
Dude,
If you-
they're shaped like a peanut.
Yeah.
They're the color orange.
Yes.
They taste like a banana, and
Yes.
they have the consistency of a marshmallow. That should not fucking exist.
I have a story about circus peanuts when we get to the end. If you could add a word to the dictionary, what would you want to add and what would it mean?
Oh, I would add and that would be called to the demons.
Okay.
And
What's the
it means that you're irritated.
30 seconds left. What's the best perk you had ever enjoyed at a job?
Oh, having a postage machine in the back room of the job so that we could actively fine the boss real money every single time he sexually harassed one of the workers by just wasting postage.
Nice. What's the best background you've ever had on your phone or computer?
When I worked
Almost out of
in
time.
regulatory affairs at an internship, I had a picture of a golden retriever with a T-shirt on with a sign that said, "I have no idea what I'm doing," and that was my background, which I found hilarious that no one really said anything.
If you were captain of a pirate ship, what's the name of your ship?
Pervy Scurvy.
Okay. Done. There we go. You went a little over, so but we'll still give you credit.
I did. Yeah. Oh, actually, Salty Swallow. God, that's what I would have. The salty swallow.
That's a good one. I was thinking of whatchamacallit, the what
We already had. There was a boat
I think
question
I
we already
saw
had.
this
So
one. A pirate ship, the Dixie Normus. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Dixie Normus.
I do see what you did there.
Oh, I think one of my favorites
What
is
you're doing is you're taking the word dick and then
yes.
the word enormous, and you're
Yes.
putting the words Dixie and you're putting them together, and it's sort of like a portmanteau.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a sloop doggy dog is another great one. My favorite.
Sloop doggy dog.
Sloop doggy dog.
But yeah, as well as I think the Codfather was one of the ones from
The Godfather.
from earlier.
Another great one.
Okay, so
floating seaman.
also, yeah, but specifically for a pirate ship, that's why I go with the salty swallow. I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Cool.
orange circus peanuts. I don't get them. I don't
Oh.
understand why they
I
exist.
used to love them. And this was in my prime. I was
Wood.
like maybe 15, 16. I had stomach of iron, cast iron. I could eat anything. I ate a whole bag of those things. One whole bag. I vomited.
At the circus.
No, not the circus. I had them at home. I was like kind of eating them while I was playing on the computer. I ate a whole bag. I vomited shortly after finishing them. I vomited this orange paste
Yeah,
that was like
yeah, you did
the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
because you ate orange marshmallowy, gross
syrup,
ass
basically. Corn syrup
orange
in physical form.
freaking things that were shaped like peanuts. They were abominations.
It was horrible.
They were a configuration that was not of this earth and should not have been blended together.
Never eaten one again.
They were a monstrosity. So
never bad. Although my food would be, as you know, broccoli. I would remove broccoli from this planet.
You have a long-standing hatred and conflict with broccoli. And
I really do.
You guys have been at war since I think forever, right?
Yeah, since the long ago. Yeah.
Since the day you first met.
Yes. And Mrs. Vanguard loves broccoli, so she has it and taunts me with it, and I can't even look at it. It makes me physically ill. It's like that bad.
Ow.
Yeah. That's why I would
It's
remove
almost
it.
bordering on phobia.
I would remove it from this earth if I could.
All right. Yeah. George Bush also not a fan of broccoli.
Right. And everyone gave me
you have
crap
that going for
I'm
you.
like, let him not like broccoli. What's the big deal? Like, leave the man alone.
Yeah.
I gave him a pass
Yeah,
on that.
that
one.
was
That's the only thing I gave him a pass on. But
That was the absolute worst thing that ever happened about him.
Read my lips.
We're all lucky
No
for that.
new taxes. Wouldn't be prudent. This juncture. Right.
but- Adding to the dictionary,
Yes.
I think I would absolutely add the demon call.
It's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah,
like that
and
one.
so I mean,
How would you
I will admit
spell
that just
that?
so I would spell it with just at symbols is how you spell it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the actual pronunciation is okay. Yeah, exactly.
From-
And it doesn't, and the sound really doesn't matter, but it's essentially the sound that you make when you're trying to thread a needle and you
Yes.
just can't, and you're just
Right.
pissed, but you're not.
Ultimate
It's not. You're
frustration.
just like.
Yeah.
It's that, and then a whole bunch of demons,
Right.
sort of come down and
A
swarm.
hole opens up in space, and the demons come
yeah.
and
and then they assist you
yes,
in your
right, and alleviate
they-
your frustrations at the
right,
cost
or they
of your soul.
right, or they destroy you in a murderous rage. Either way, but yeah, that's the word I would add.
I was gonna say like everything. Like one word that I love that I wish was a dictionary was non-versation, because
Just
I
that
get involved with them a lot, and doesn't even the
What-
dictionary know what it is, right? Like
Right, yeah, because
having a
I think
non-versation
at
with
this
someone.
point, if you had said, yes, I believe we're having a non-versation right now, so I'm gonna go.
exactly.
They'd know.
Exactly.
You get it. So yeah, sometimes it takes a while for the popular vocabulary to really make it into the actual dictionary.
I'm also a fan of a suffixing anything with gasm. And
You're a fan of that.
I am. I enjoy doing it. And I'm also a fan of prefixing everything with man.
Man, like okay, so like instead of
Man hands. Man chair.
cake,
Just makes it sound man cake. Right, doesn't man cake, it just sounds dirty now, right? Whenever you put man in front of it, it makes it a dirty thing.
it does sully it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you had like man pogo stick,
Right.
man turkey baster.
Right. Like you're sitting on your man couch right now. It's like, oh, what's on there, right? It's like,
man tampons, man puns,
Man pon.
tampons for men,
Man
and
pon.
like tampons that
Man,
don't fuck around.
man pongasm. Right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, you know, you let me know how that goes. Maybe you might want to workshop some of those and adding gasm.
Gasm. That's like eargasm, right? It's like a thing.
Right.
Nerdgasm. Nerdgasm and eargasm are the two biggest, I think. Like when you see like
Right.
like someone goes to Star Trek convention and gets to meet William Shatner, they have a nerdgasm. How you define
Right.
that word? Right.
Right.
Good times. Good times.
What's the best perk you ever had at a job?
Oh, perk. Yeah, not as good as yours. Mine was like, I don't know. And my first job out of college, I had a full office with a door. I mean, that's boring,
Mm.
but it was awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, this hands down was the best best perk
Is that
because
the photographer you worked for?
yes, yeah, it was a I will not
How did I
we
know?
will not name names and
No names or
for the
mentions.
we will not you know, we will leave identities
Yes, because of
you know,
because of
for the
likely
safety of everybody.
even now
Just-
probably pending
right.
litigation.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, just you know, just stop talking about all that. But in this hypothetical situation
Yes.
that I possibly worked at a point, there was a postage machine, and the postage machine was refilled in basically in cash. So you went to the post office and you literally gave them like a check for $5,000.
Right.
They would put $5,000 of postage on the machine using the special lock and key thing,
Right.
and then you'd
You
put
print
the
your own
thing in the
postage
postage
as you
machine.
need it.
Yeah, and then
On-demand
you
postage.
so we were printing out a lot of direct mail. So
Right.
this machine put the postage. So the postage machine would normally just put stuff through at whatever rate that you had it. But the highest that you could go on the thing was 999. So what you could do is just go 999, which is essentially $10, and every time you hit it, postage thing would come out, and $10 would be subtracted.
From the
And
balance.
this was a sole proprietorship, so this was directly the boss's money. This was
Right.
literally the same thing as burning money, which was super
Because-
convenient because
because
the
the
guy
mailman-
who ran the place was a
Horrible.
horrible piece of shit.
But like the mailman
Um,
doesn't care if the postage is 35 cents and you put $10 on it. He doesn't care. He's still gonna deliver the parcel, right?
Right, and we didn't
Wow.
even put it on anything. We wasted the postage. We took the postage and we just crumpled it into balls
Oh my
and then
God.
threw it up into the rafters, which he found later, to my great delight. And that is probably the pending litigation you're talking about. But
Part of
that was a great perk because every time he was mean, he got a $100 fine
Right.
directly out of his wallet.
Fine.
He didn't know it, but he lost a lot of money. He really should have been a nicer guy. He lost thousands of dollars for being a prick. I mean,
In the form
that-
of postage on the rafters.
in the form of postage fines. Because when
Oh my God.
you're doing a business and you're doing thousands of dollars of postage, it's and he's an imbecile. You know, you can find the man. Find him. We did.
I had to type something out. All right, there we go. I think it's great. I think, and me, I just had a stupid door.
Yeah, I mean, I've had work. I had a door as well.
That's good.
The best background on a computer I had, like, I worked in legal and regulatory affairs
Yes.
for a pharmaceutical company.
Yes.
So very serious. Had an office with a door. I'm doing an internship.
Mhm.
It was, in compliance and all that kind of stuff. So my screensaver in the background was a picture of a golden retriever at a computer with a T-shirt on, and the top of it just said, "I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing." And I just had that as my screen, so like when anyone walked in my office, it just said, "I don't know what I'm doing."
Right. Pretty good.
And yeah, that was my background, and
Yes.
somehow I think I meant it because I really had no fucking idea what I was doing.
Yeah, there
but
you are.
to the
Thank you.
people, my superiors, they thought it was like greatly like self-referential, like deprecating humor.
Yeah.
And it was kind of clever and okay, yeah, this kid's got his shit together, which, it's like, really? A golden retriever? Okay. 'Cause, as you'll find, as we talked about, I think with our first question, a lot of people, idiots. So it's a, you know,
I don't think I had a good background. I mean, I would always pick something like superhero thing. You know what I mean? Something like I was into, nothing any clever.
oh, I always tried to make it something that would like was a conversation starter.
That's a better idea. I should have done that.
Yeah, yeah, because if you put like crime scene photos, like I did not realize the people
A
that
great
some
conversation
people
starter.
some people react strongly
Yeah.
to redacted crime scene photos that
Right.
you know one shouldn't have. But they do. It is a conversation starter.
It
you
is.
know,
It
if you're
is.
walking by,
Breaks
you're
the
doing
ice,
something,
so
all
to
of a
speak.
sudden there's a dead body, and you're just you turn
Right.
and you look.
Right.
Yeah, wow, that is someone who was freshly killed. That draws my attention.
Yep.
You know, as a human.
For sure. I think that's
Um,
great.
So yeah, no
I think it's
no
great.
background stuff.
And then we talked about the words, right? And then the food. Oh yeah, circus peanuts. We talked about this and ship names. Yeah,
I would say black licorice is another food that I think should not be on this earth because
I'll have
it's
to agree
truly
with
just
that.
disgusting.
agree with that.
It's like I don't know anyone who actually likes black licorice,
I
or maybe
used
there are
to,
people
as
who like
you're
black
aware,
licorice.
but then I no longer did.
Right. Yeah, a little ballistic black. Yeah. Did you actually like black licorice, like the candy?
I did. I
Like
would.
not
I was
like-
the one that would eat the black jelly beans out of the thing.
Wow,
That guy.
man, Jersey did a number on you, man.
I tell you.
Wow, that's a toxic place.
Who was it from? Elaine. Yes, Elaine.
the
There
driving
is
school.
hope. Don't worry. Once you can drive out of New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you can drive that automatic Corvette.
Yes.
You know, it's like it's,
Yes.
it's like taking a Corvette and putting a big baby on board sticker on it, and you know, it just
Can't even get in the back seat.
it's just
basically.
weird. Yeah, it's just yeah. That absolutely is. It does not surprise me in the least that is what a New Jersey driving school is,
Jersey driving
and
school.
I am really happy to have learned that. So you have helped me today as well.
See? Caring is caring.
You know, I think we all. This is all about learning from each other.
I think so. Hopefully you've learned from us, our wonderful viewers. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered it all, man.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, ran the gamut.
ran
You know?
the gamut. We did. We covered relationship issues, of course, the relationship of a child. We covered
Obviously, which orange circus peanuts.
driving, circus peanuts, dumb people who
What
are
it means when
dumb.
someone lets you wear their jacket.
Yeah,
Ways to get smarter.
right. People who are dumb but are
um,
not dumb as you think you are. Take solace in that.
Learning to drive.
You know, I should have picked for the food. I would
Commitment.
commitment.
you know?
Is it? Yeah, absolutely. You know, I
Lot of
amend
stuff.
my. You know, it's except for broccoli. Maybe the one food I would eliminate. Maybe I do Coke
Ooh.
Zero. Actually,
Hate you.
is that even Diet Coke? It's Coke Zero.
No. Okay. First of
Is
all,
it
yes.
Diet Coke or is it Coke Zero?
Coke Zero is actually kind of gross, I think.
Okay.
But Diet Coke,
Diet
but
Coke.
it is like a sister product of Diet Coke, and by its relationship to Diet Coke, you shall not disparage it. It's
Right,
like,
because all hail the
Sean is
Coca-Cola
Diet Coke.
Company,
yeah,
your Lord and Savior.
huh? Let me have my thing. Fucking water guy, right?
So refreshing.
It's good. Okay, I love that for you. I love that basic thing about you.
Call me basic.
What's my favorite drink? Water. Yeah,
Water. It
there we go.
literally is.
Exactly.
I know.
Literally just a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. I want that, nothing else. No additives or preservatives. Just straight up
Oh, dude.
hydrogen, oxygen.
I even get pissed off when like restaurants put lemon in the water. I'm like, I hate the lemon.
What about when they put sparkling water?
No, horrible. Well, Europe, you got to
Oh, yeah.
specifically ask for flat, as you know.
That's or Onagas.
Well, you'll get
without
you'll get
gas.
without gas, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, sparkling. On sparkling, I drink a
No.
Sprite or ginger ale or something, right?
Oh no, but I thought all soda was bad and it should
It
be
is.
banned.
I will have. It would be bad. I do
Listen.
drink. I drink. What I'll do on special occasions is I'll drink a ginger ale.
Special occasions.
Yeah, because
Okay.
people are gonna toast. You know, here's something.
Right. Oh
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can be part of things. Nice.
Right. With yeah, for me, doesn't really matter. I will always toast with a fresh Diet Coke at all times.
Always a Diet Coke.
Um,
With ice or
there's nothing
on
wrong
the
with it.
rocks. We do it on the rocks.
I like it anyway. Cold, in a can, in a bottle, in a glass, with ice, without. Either way,
Frosted glass.
It's it's all good.
Nice.
It's all magic.
I think that's great.
No, you don't.
I
You
really
don't.
don't.
And you're judging me.
Correct. I don't. I am judging.
And I know, and I don't like it.
Just
I don't like
judging
being judged like that. Don't. And now you're making me feel shame.
No, you shouldn't feel shame. No. Let's go talk it out. But I think we need to leave.
I need to
Give me
go.
a moment. All right. No, I get it. It's fine. We're gonna go. Diet Coke fans, I apologize. Everyone else, we're gonna
Shit
take
feels
off.
horrible.
I know it's horrible. We're gonna take off. We'll be here next week though. Hopefully we'll get through.
No,
this.
not next week.
You're right. I'm not gonna be here next week because I'm traveling. We'll be here the week after, so we're gonna miss next week. We'll be here the following
Yes.
week. Check the recording below. Maybe if you missed an earlier episode, go watch one of our past episodes. Otherwise, we'll be here the week after, which is correct. And then that would be 9:30 Eastern time on the date, which is today's the 9th, so that'd be the 23rd. 23rd is when we'll be back. So in the
Yep.
meantime, everyone enjoy. Hope we were able to provide some useful information tonight.
Helping humanity.
Trying to
That's what
help
I'm
one-
saying. That's the name of the
one
game. It's how I
question
sleep at night.
time. That's right. And please submit your
No.
questions. So we should have an extra batch here
Yeah,
with the extra
very
week.
helpful.
So
Yeah.
give the questions. They are our lifeblood.
They are our lifeblood.
They are our Diet Coke, essentially.